Guys, out of the box thinking with strata. It's not always set and forget. You can make a lot of money with rent and a lot of money with sales if you're thinking out of the box with strata, with your floor plan, with views. Stay tuned. We're going to give you some more nuggets.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Josh Wapshot.
Mark Novak, good morning.
Good, good. Who's your grey box next to on your left and your shoulder? There's a little grey box. He's your friend.
I know he's following me around today. It seems can't get rid of him.
It's where Cupid sits.
I know, hey. Oh, wrong one.
Jesus. Tell me about 8 at 111 Oaks Avenue because everyone in the office yesterday was astonished with the result. How did someone do so well with a slight alteration of the property, and how can we teach people to do this with their own properties and what to look for?
Well, I'll quickly introduce to you the floor plan of 8/111 here. So basically, we had like an L-shaped entertainment dining area. Not sure
Yep.
if you can see that here, but that little area there was where we had the entertaining previously. Buyers here were investors of mine looking for a flexible floor space. This did have it about 120 squares upstairs. Since then, what they've done, they've obviously exchanged on the property. Prior to settlement, were given early access via the vendor to install a guest room. So instead of probably a bigger entertaining area, what they've done in that floor plan is essentially they've added that guest bedroom in here, and that wall lines up right next with the kitchen, so it almost becomes like a little hallway here out into your dining, living, and obviously your balcony area. So what I did there was I said, mate, there's a perfect space here for a guest bedroom, this close to the beach and Oaks. For an investment, we could definitely do a lot better for you in regards to the previous rent. So this was all done. He's got a great contact tradie that came in, basically did an amazing job, put in that guest bedroom. And essentially, I then took that to the rental market prior to them settling. And we managed to secure a tenant yesterday, deposit secured for 1350 per week. So almost doubling what the property was originally rented for, and probably a 25% uplift on your average rental yield on a unit in DY. So fantastic result for the customer, for the new owner. Absolutely fantastic.
So people, what I notice with people is they can be living in a floor plan for 10 years or 20 years and not actually see the diamonds under their nose just because they've been there for such a long time. Or a buyer could go through a property and not be looking for this and not see this. So what we want to encourage people to do is actually be looking for a floor plan where you can put a wall, you can slide a kitchen around, do something a little bit different and add enormous value. Now, a guest room which has got the ability to put a sofa bed, which has got the ability to put a desk, is what people absolutely pine for, what people love. So doing that is going to add a lot of value. In terms of adding value to this property, these guys have probably added a couple of 100,000 in value at least, and these guys have definitely doubled their rent. So the rent was 750 per week, and now the rent is 1350 per week. Did they do much else to the property, Josh?
They did do a couple of other slight changes, but very minor, and that included replacing some of the lighting in the property, and just the kitchen handles from the old like shark nose type handles to a nice sleek black one, but all very minor when you think about what the property was purchased for and the upgrades they've spent. We sold the property for 1.445, or I sold the property for 1.445 million. And considering, I'd say it wouldn't cost them more than maybe $20,000 for the works. So when you compare that cost to the cost of purchasing the unit and what value that's brought to the owners, I'd like to sort of to compare it to any of our commercial guys out there or girls. It's like putting a mezzanine in your storage or your warehouse. You're getting that extra floor space, that extra use, which is unlocking the potential and value in the property, which is what we're talking about this morning, Mark.
And it can just be, it's just under your nose, under your nose. So I reckon if you went through, so DY's got maybe 70 units for sale at the moment. I reckon if you went through DY, you'd probably find a bit less than a handful of units where you could make a quick design modification that can double your rent, increase your rent substantially and your value. This is what we want you to look for today, guys. Other things we spoke about off air that we're saying where you could add a lot of value is sometimes we're seeing people now sell their roof space. So they're in an area that can actually take another story, and that story has amazing views. So there's opportunities there, like smaller blocks at courtyards. People are in a block of 4, they get onto body corporate. There's been a lawn mowing guy coming out for 50 years, 40 years, 30 years, 20 years, and they're paying per week to mow that lawn. And the ground floor unit turns around with no balcony and says, hey, if I can put this grass area on my title, you won't have to maintain it as a block any longer. And the other 3 owners go, yeah, I'll do that. Genius.
Yeah, actually, same thing happened in the block. The bottom floor of that complex there was sold prior to us selling. I think it sold for a little bit less, but that yeah, they requested against the bylaws as part of the sale to include that backyard area as their own, and they took over responsibilities of that. So yeah, it definitely does happen, Mark, and that's happened in that exact building. But definitely the value add is where I think unlocking the potential and the new way to sort of unlock the value in these properties that you wouldn't previously. Very important, and I think it's a big thing moving forward.
Strata property hacks. We've got more up our sleeves. Just give us a call and send us your floor plan, and we can tell you what you could do to add some value. I haven't seen a floor plan that I can't add value to, so always share it with your agent. People will always go to like a kitchen guy or a carpenter and stuff and try to modify their floor plan, or a builder, but going to a real estate agent, they understand the intrinsic value of the change and what changes need to be done. So guys, if you're doing a renovation in a strata or you're wanting to modify a floor plan, talk to us, talk to your local agent, because we understand what adds enormous value to floor plans.
Exactly. Well said, Mark. Do you want to add anything further?
No.
Perfect. Sounds like a good way to end it. Well, thanks everyone for watching in this morning. And like Mark said, reach out. More than happy to help in how to incentivize those floor plans for you.
Love you guys. Have a great day. See ya.
Bye.